Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Wednesday, the 26th of June 2024, otherwise known as Fixture Release Day. And this is from millfc.co.uk. Millwall to begin the 24-25 season against Watford at the Den. Yes, Millwall Football Club's 24-25 Sky Bet Championship campaign will open at home to Watford on Saturday the 10th of August. After the fixtures for the new campaign were revealed on Wednesday morning, the Lions will then travel to Bristol City 7 days later before a further away game at Hull City on Saturday the 24th of August. Completes the first three matches. Home fixtures against Sheffield Wednesday and Luton Town are followed up by the local trip to Queen's Park Rangers in the club's opening six fixtures. Newly promoted Derby County on the 19th of October and recently relegated Burnley on the 2nd of November visited them before the run up to Christmas, with Leeds United then travelling to SE16 under the lights on Bonfire Night Tuesday the 5th of November. Remember. A trip to Fratton Park and Portsmouth beckons on Wednesday. Boo! Wednesday to 27th of November. With the Christmas period presenting Millwall with a home fixture against Blackburn Rovers on the 21st of December and away matches at Norwich City on Boxing Day and Coventry City on Sunday the 29th of December, before the visit of Oxford United gets 2025 underway on the new year. Kenilworth Road will be visited by the Lions on Saturday the 25th of January, with a London derby against Queen's Park Rangers at the Den to come on the first day of February. Journeys to Preston North End and Plymouth Argyle in the space of 3 days will see supporters gain mileage, with a further midweek trip to Elland Road upcoming on Wednesday the 12th of March. Sunderland are the opposition at the Stadium of Light in the first game after the final international break of the campaign on Saturday the 29th of March, with Portsmouth heading to the Den 1 week later. Millwall's Easter period will see Blackburn Rovers host the Lions on Good Friday and Norwich visit SE16 on Easter Monday. Before the final home match of the season, see Swansea City as the opposition on Saturday the 26th of April. The Lions 24-25 campaign finishes at Burnley on Saturday the 3rd of May. All fixtures are subject to change. For more information on the new television deal between Sky Sports and the EFL, click here, which we're not going to do, but it doesn't mention, but as was mentioned before on this channel and other places, every single game of opening weekend is going to be shown. Now, people didn't understand that when it got announced. They thought, oh. And I was telling people, that means we're not playing on Saturday at 3 o'clock. No one is. And they said, what? Huh? No, we're playing on Saturday 3 o'clock. No. Well, no one is, but they are. I didn't realise that League One is somehow allowed to have games on Saturday at 3 o'clock and put them on streaming. Other people, I think that's a new thing that they did the last couple of seasons while we were in the Championship. This is from SkySports.com. So that Watford game is a 12:30 kickoff. It's a 12:30 kickoff. So Sky Sports Plus to broadcast every game of opening weekend of the new season. So just like they do with the final games of the season, where every game in all the leagues is on TV, they've done that now for the opening weekend. That's what they're doing. We're not going to look at that. So like I said, this is from SkySports.com. Blackburn versus Derby and Preston versus Sheffield United will headline the start of a new era on Sky Sports, with every game of the opening weekend in the EFL available on the newly launched Sky Sports Plus. Well, it hasn't launched yet, but they said it's going to be in August. The season begins with 4 games on Friday, August the 9th, and every opening weekend game across the Championship, League One and League Two will be streamed live on Sky Sports Plus, a landmark first in broadcasting history. The opening weekend fixtures include Leeds versus Portsmouth in the Championship, Wrexham versus Wickham, and Birmingham versus Reading in League One, and Chesterfield versus Swindon Town in League Two. Across the course of the season, more than 1,000 EFL games, etc., etc., etc. We already know about that. But here is how it's going to go. So this is a taster to the season ahead. I hope you're ready for this. This is going to be a massive change to the football thing. It may be a change in our advantage, having games moved around. It may not. It may not. I don't know. Depends what games they are. So, on the Championship got 2 games moved to 8 p.m. kickoff. Now, here's the thing. So Sky Sports Plus is a streaming platform. You need the World Wide Web, which I would imagine that most people get their Sky through now. But some people still rely on the dishes, the old-fashioned dish. So some of these games will be on the channels, and if you don't have Wi-Fi and you can't get a good Wi-Fi to get the Sky Sports Plus signal, I think you're just bang out of luck. I'm not sure how it works. I don't think they can just broadcast all of these channels at the same time for you to press the red button on. I think that's for Wi-Fi. So if you haven't got good Wi-Fi, I mean, you're really literally going to be paying the same money as everyone else and getting a lot less. So there's the League One. That's also on Friday. Barnsley versus Mansfield at 8 p.m. kickoff. League 2, Chesterfield versus Swindon Town, 8 p.m. kickoff. So this is how it's going to be from now on. You can see here. But here we go. Look at this. So all of the Championship games on Saturday the 10th of August. Our home game against Watford is a 12:30 p.m. kickoff on Saturday. And that's just because I don't know why they're doing that. Well, because they want to stream it. Because they want to stream it. And they're not allowed to stream in the 3 o'clock time zone. So it's being brought forward to 12:30. And you will need to watch that on Sky Sports Plus. The Oxford United game versus Norwich City, that game is on Sky Sports Football. And then we've got League 1 games. Obviously, they've been moved to 5:30 on the Saturday, and then the League 2 games are still at 3 o'clock. So I mean, if you're an armchair fan, you're gonna be absolutely loving this, I guess. I mean, I don't know how you're inclined, but you could watch. Well, here's the thing: they're all on. They are all on. So if you like bet on a game, you've got like an ACCA going. You can watch the games, and then if you've got one leg that you need to come in, and you can switch over and watch that game. You could watch probably Bromley's first game in the Football League ever, away at Harrogate Town, 3 p.m. kickoff. Interesting. So here we go. So how are they allowed to do this then? So they've got 3 p.m. kickoff, also live on Sky Sports Football. I didn't know they were allowed to do that. Like I said, for some reason they're allowed to do League 2 games in the window now, in that blackout window they call it. So that's going to be at 3 o'clock, which is weird because the only games we get on 3 o'clock kickoff now in that window are FA Cup finals and etc. So the game on Sunday, 4 p.m. kickoff. 4 p.m. That is very weird because it's normally a 12 or 12:30 or 5:30, but this is 4 p.m. So why not 3 p.m.? Bizarre. Sheffield Wednesday versus Plymouth Argyle, also live on Sky Sports Football. And then a game on Monday, Luton Town versus Burnley, 8 p.m. kickoff, also live on Sky Sports Football. So there you go. That's how the opening weekend's going to look, and that is how football is going to look in the EFL all this season. It's going to be absolutely spread out. I think they were even talking about some of the games being on Thursday. Not too many though, but a few. And I think some of the games are going to be on ITV. But there you go. That's not until 2025 for some reason. I think for programming reasons. I made a video about it. Go back and look. So there you go. That's what it's going to look like now. Let's get back and look at the whole season and have a little look-see. This is from millwallfc.co.uk. Obviously the first game of the season. Watford at home, 12:30 kickoff. And then, bizarrely, 2 games in a row that are away games. Obviously, the Carabao Cup League Cup draw is tomorrow. What do you want to bet that we get a home game? Is it already been decided? Is it a stitch up? Because they don't broadcast it live, do they? So it's probably already stitched up. Because otherwise we'll be having 3 away games in a row if that League Cup game is away. But then, yeah, Bristol City away on a Saturday so far. Now, here's the thing. Talking about Sky Sports Plus and then moving games, as I said in yesterday's video, we have a week. Within 7 days, so by next Wednesday, we will know whether either the Bristol City game will be moved, the whole City game will be moved, or the Sheffield Wednesday game will be moved. And here's the thing. I think there are only 5 championship games every week that will be a 3 p.m. kickoff. So this is about to get really annoying. You're about to get the Premier League fan situation where these games will be moved hither and thither. So if you're looking at this, I know it's only June, it's the end of June, July, so what's that, just a month and a half to go. Don't book any of your trains yet. Do not book anything yet, because it could be moved. If you got flights or whatever, don't book them yet. So yeah, these 3 games, obviously we already know that that's kicking off at 12:30, which I don't know if for the first game of the season, I mean, if we win, that's going to be a big crowd. Watford they always feel that end up, don't they? They always feel what we're allowed to give them. 12:30 kickoff. That should be a decent crowd. Yeah, should be a good, like, rip-roaring game. So we'll see how that turns out. If it's sunny, I mean, it should be an absolute blinder. You mean in the midday sun, and then afterwards, still light enough, you go out on a session. Could have a jolly old time on Saturday the 10th of August. Now moving down, obviously only 3 games in September. If you go up here, we have a week missing that's not shown on here. It would be nice if they put that in there, but obviously it's not. It's technically a fixture. It's an international break. There's 2 of them, one in September, one in October, I believe. And it's Saturday the 7th. So if you've got anything you need to plan, you don't want it to interfere with your football or your season ticket, Saturday the 7th September, around then. We got Luton Town at the Den on the 14th of September, QPR away, the 2 close ones, and then Preston at home. So all of these games in September will be in London. Nice. And if we get the second round of the Carabao Cup, is that in September? There you go. That might be the only one outside of London, if we get that far. Now, moving on to this. Tuesday, we start Tuesday the 1st of October away at Cardiff, and then West Brom. And then you can see there is another international break between the 5th and the 19th of October, which is, what was that? The 13th? Quick math. 12th. The 12th of October. And then we have the game at the Dens on Wednesday the 23rd to make up for it. I'm pretty sure. So obviously these midweek games, I don't think they're going to get moved. Actually, they may be the ones that get moved to Thursday. That might be the case, but I'm pretty sure that midweek games will be as they are. They might get moved. I'm not sure. We'll find out tomorrow. Then we got Swansea away. So both Welsh games away, both games in Wales are in October. Okay. And then we have Saturday. We've got a tough run of fixtures here in November. Burnley at the Den, Leeds United at the Den. 3 days later, mind, on Saturday, Tuesday. Unless that, I have to keep qualifying this, saying if these games get moved. As I said earlier, within 7 days, we're going to know about the August games. So within 7 days, we'll know those August games will be moved about. By the start of the season, we will know about all the games up to January the 10th. Okay? So again, you'll have to wait until August don't book any planes or trains or whatever unless you're going to come and stay the whole week or whatever. I don't know if you're coming in from abroad, because you have to wait until August the 10th before we know when these games are going to be from September to January the 10th. Okay. And then you can see there after the Stoke game, we get a bit of a break between that Burnley, Leeds, and then Stoke away. Stoke away is always a dog of a game, innit? There's a gap there between the 9th and the 23rd. That is another international break in November. And then we come back from that with Sunderland at the Den. And then shortly after that, we got Wednesday away at Portsmouth, that was the big game this season that a lot of people wanted to go to, and they put it midweek, of course. And another one, the Oxford, the Kassam Stadium, which, if you haven't been there yet to watch Millwall, have we played there yet? Probably not. They're looking to move. They're having a bit of trouble. They want to move to the north of Oxford, because I think that they're looking at a Coventry situation where they're going to get kicked out of this Kassam Stadium. And they're having a bit of trouble with the planning permission. So, but if that does go through, this might be, if they get relegated, this will be one of the last chances, or if we get relegated, one of the last chances that you might have to go to Kassam, and that's Saturday the 30th of November. Then we go back, start with December, Coventry at the Den, 2 games in a row at the Den, Coventry, and then Tuesday the 10th, Sheffield United at the Den. And then we go to Riverside away on the 14th of December. And then bizarrely, Christmas looks like this. So the Saturday the 21st, always a big money spinner for Millwall. I think they always try and get that home game just before Christmas, because Boxing Day games are absolutely dire for us because of the transport conditions. There is no public transport in London on the 26th. There's no trains. It's just buses. But hey, what do you expect the train drivers to work on Boxing Day? They only get paid $100,000 a year or whatever it is. Only joking if you're a train driver and you're watching this. Only joking. Yeah, to be honest, I would prefer if we didn't play on Boxing Day. I don't think anyone should do anything on Boxing Day. I think it's a bit mean. You get all these idiots who go out to the sales and just go nuts and stuff down the West End. Like, I think we shouldn't have any of that stuff. Just keep everything closed like it used to be. Back in the day, it should be a public holiday, and everyone should be forced to be on a holiday. Don't force people to do work. It's not right. But yeah, so I think what they've done is they've asked them, look, can we have this Saturday the 21st game at the Den, and we'll give up the other 2, make them away games. We're not really bothered. And that's what they've done. Now, as we're going through this, I would imagine that tomorrow we will probably get news from Millwall, because they love to do this, that they move some of these games to earlier kickoffs, especially the Christmas and Easter ones. It might be a 1 o'clock kickoff. But again, do they have to wait until Sky Plus decide? Because we have had situations where Millwall have moved the kickoff and then it's had to be moved again. They moved it to like 1 o'clock kickoff and then it got moved because it moved to the next day and stuff. So do they wait, or do they change it now and then have to change it again? Because that would be really annoying. But hey, it is a long way off. You do get plenty of notice, even if they have to move it twice. Boxing Day, Norwich City away. Obviously, I think we've been attached to Norwich in terms of our holiday fixtures, because I think we are the closest. Well, apart from the London clubs, I don't think they want us playing a Boxing Day game against another London team because of probably policing concerns. So the closest team to London, that won't be a problem. Probably Norwich City, and there it is. But again, how are you going to get up there? You have to drive up there. No trains, almost certainly. Sunday the 29th, Coventry City away, and back to the Den for a home game against Oxford United to start off the new year. And like I said, that's normally the New Year's Day game that they bring forward. I think Millwall like having that game kicking off earlier, so they can all go home earlier. Kicking off the new year, Sheffield Wednesday away on Saturday the 4th, and then there's a gap there. That gap is not an international break. That gap is Saturday the 11th of January. That is the third round of the FA Cup, in which Millwall will be drawn again for the multiple time. Then we have Hull City at home on the 18th of June. Shortly after, on the midweek, Saturday, Tuesday, we've got Cardiff City again at home. So it's 2 short home games in a row. Luton Town away is at the end of January. QPR at the Den kicks off Saturday the 1st of February. Preston away on February, which is kind of annoying. Always a fan's favourite to go to that game to spend the weekend in Blackpool, but not in February. You'll freeze your bollocks off. Tuesday the 11th, again, they mentioned that earlier, the massive travelling. Saturday, Tuesday, having to go all the way up to Lancashire and all the way down to Devon. So there you go. That's a long old trip there. And then 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, West Bromwich Albion at the Den. And then the week after that, Derby County away at Pride Park to kick off March. We got Bristol City at the Den. We got Watford away. Shortly after that, we got Leeds away. So Saturday, Wednesday, and then the Saturday after that, we got Stoke at the Den. That is a tough old month, that March, isn't it? Depending on how Watford are, but Leeds and then Stoke and then Sunderland away. Leeds away, Stoke home, Sunderland away. And then in April, we got Portsmouth at the Den on Saturday the 5th. Tuesday after that, we go to Bramall Lane away. Saturday the 12th, we got Middlesbrough at the Den. Friday, Good Friday the 18th, quite late this year, at the end of April. We got Blackburn Rovers away. I don't think they're going to be any good. I think Sammy Schmodix is off, isn't he? He's got to be off. I don't know why anyone ain't bought him yet. Must be some funny business going on behind the scenes in terms of his personality. Why hasn't anyone snapped him up yet? He's been scoring goals since Colchester, and no one is getting involved. Monday, Easter Monday, Norwich at the Den. So Boxing Day and Easter Monday, Norwich. And then Saturday the 26th, Swansea at the Den. So 2 home games in a row, and then we'll finish off with an away game at Burnley, who they're going to be at the top of the table. They're going to need a win in that game. Will we need a win? Will we be at the top and bottom of the table? So rough old... you're looking at it. You're looking where the win's going to come from. It doesn't look easy, does it? Especially with the squad we got now, all the players are left and haven't been replaced. It's not easy at all. Now, moving on to this. This is from Mill's X account. They've got up an interview with George Sewell. No, they've got a short clip of an interview, and they want you to go to Mill to watch it. I believe it's free to go to Mill FC to watch the full interview. But what I want to show you, look at the shirts. Look at the new training shirts. Don't they look nice? Nice and shiny. They feel like they've got a nice touch to them. Very soft. Grey and yellow with a bit of black for the players training apparel. Okay. And here we go. There's an interview here with Neil Harrison. I'm going to tell you more about this because he's let some cats out of the bag. He's talking about, obviously, Matija Sarkic. They had a little moment, a little moment of reflection. They're talking about the fixtures and talking about pre-season. But look at his kit here. Black with a yellow trim, and then you can see under the badge there's a kind of thing that goes across it, a band of inlay with Millwall in it. So doesn't that look nice? Are we going to have a yellow kit this season? Are we going to have a yellow kit? I would imagine. So obviously tomorrow, it's the first day back in training. What they normally do the day after is they post up a post on Mill's website with all the pictures from first day of training. Everyone's smiling and sweating, and we'll get to see this kit in all its glory, and we'll see what it looks like. But there you go. This is the training kit and the manager's kit. So there you go. But what I want to tell you, in this interview that you can watch on in full, it's 8 minutes 13 on Twitter, it's probably on Facebook, and you can watch it obviously on Millwall TV, on Millwall's website as well. What he said, obviously we've got the Gillingham friendly, that's an away friendly. We're going to have one more friendly that's going to be at home the week before the season. I don't know if that's the Saturday before the season. I would think that that's how they operate now. We always like to do that. We always like to have the Saturday before the season starts as a home friendly. That's always been the case for quite some time now. But also, there will be 2 behind closed doors friendly games in this country. Maybe at our training ground or maybe someone else's, which maybe Crystal Palace. We genuinely play them. They're quite close. It's just down the road from our training ground, maybe somewhere else. But he did say that when they go on this training camp, which we were told before would be in Central Europe, and then I think in an interview with the paper, or in a press interview, Neil Harris said it was in Spain, which is not Central Europe. I mean, maybe you want to get yourself an atlas. That's not Central Europe. That's Southern Europe. South west, if you want to be pedantic. I would say the Iberian Peninsula. The Spain training camp, they will be playing a game out there. Apparently, Neil Harris has said that fans can attend if they can get there. Now, when they announce this, who knows? Maybe it's going to be like a secret rave, like in the 90s, where it's like they'll tell you on the day of the game, like, oh yeah, this is where you need to go, this is where the game is, and then, oh look, we let fans in, we let you in, like, what are you moaning for? I don't know, whether it be open above all board, like come one, come all, whether it be secret squirrel, you need to know someone who knows someone to get a chance to go there, to know when it is and where it's going to be. There you go. But he did say that will be available to the public to go to in Spain, wherever that is. In terms of training camps in Spain, the one that comes to mind is La Manga, which is the one that's associated with Glen Hoddle. So I don't know if it's going to be there, if you know where La Manga is. I think it's on the eastern coast of Spain. So yeah, he told us about the friendlies. He did say, I think they're going to put stuff out on Friday. The Millwall website boys, they do love a data dump on Friday. They do love to put out a load of stuff on Friday for people on Saturday and Sunday to talk about and digest. Obviously tomorrow we are going to talk about this, because there will be a Carabao Cup draw, so that will be a bit of news. Like I said, tomorrow this will come out, the draw, and then they'll have pictures from first day of training, first day back at school, that's that kind of thing, and we'll look forward to that in tomorrow's video, won't we, everyone? So this is from millfc.co.uk. Mill to find out Carabao Cup first round opponents on Thursday. Mill will be ball number 16 in Thursday's Carabao Cup first round Southern Section draw, taking place live on Sky Sports News from 11:30 AM. Presenter Dharmesh Seth will host a draw that sees 70 clubs across the Sky Bet Championship League, Sky Bet League 1 and Sky Bet League 2 divisions enter at this stage. Burnley, Luton and the 13 Premier League teams not participating in European competitions will enter the competition in round 2, with the remaining 7 clubs joining the competition in round 3. So it seems to make up the numbers. The team that finished rock bottom in the Premier League is thrown in at this stage, and that'll be Sheffield United, but we don't have to worry about them because they're in the northern section and we are in the southern section. The Carabao Cup remains regionalised in the early rounds, with the draw split into a southern and northern section until round 3. So there you go. These are the teams that we could face. I don't know if it's seeded. I don't know. Like I said, if we get an away game, that's 3 away games in a row, which is going to be jarring for everyone's pocketbook and whatnot. But remember, you can watch it on Sky Sports Plus. That's if you have Sky Sports. Obviously, if you don't, I wonder how that works. If you're a pub, how will that work? Do they get to show the games? Or how much do they have to pay? I don't know. If you don't have Sky, I assume you might be able to find a pub that will show it, but then pubs will literally have to choose. They have 100 games to choose from, I assume, if they have the same circumstances. What game do they choose? They have is it going to kick off if you get too many fans? Oh, I want to watch this game. Well, we want to watch that game. Well, we want to watch this game. So it could be annoying if you're watching a game. You're on you and two of your mates, and then a whole load of fucking Charlton fans in the corner want the game turned over to Charlton. That's going to be fun, isn't it? Yeah. Now, moving on to this. From southernnews.co.uk, likely to move on. Former Millwall Lone Star linked with a return to the Den. Ryan Longman hit a purple patch of form in the closing months of last season. Ryan Longman has been tipped with a return to Den, but any potential move comes with a big caveat. The midfielder delivered some impressive performances during his loan spell at the Lions last season, where he clocked up 36 appearances in all competitions. His starring moment when he lashed home a stunning long-range winner against eventual league winners Leicester City in April was arguably also the standout moment from an up-and-down Millwall campaign. Hull Live have now tipped Longman as likely to leave permanently, but the managerial situation at the Tigers may have complicated a swift transition. The publication says that the new head coach Tim Volta, who replaced Liam Rossignol, will want to have a look at the 23-year-old before reaching any conclusions, the report said. Longman is one of the players likely to move on this summer, having spent a good season on loan at Millwall. Neil Harris wants to get him back to the Den, and Longman himself is thought to be keen to remain in South London. That said, he'll return to pre-season training at City like everybody else, and you just never know. Walter might see something he wants to work with, and a player he might feel he can improve and get the best out of, however unlikely that may appear at this particular juncture. Harris gave effusive praise on Longman's ability towards the end of the season and said the player was keen to stay following the final game of the season against Swansea. At the time of writing, Millwall are one of 14 championship clubs yet to make a signing in this summer window. So it's not just us, we haven't signed anyone yet, apart from I think a few youngsters, which I told you about. 14 clubs in the championship haven't made a signing yet. Jesus. Did you watch the Euros today? Did you watch the game the other day at Slovenia? TalkSport had one of the Slovenian guys on, spoke perfect English, Timo something. Apparently he's playing in Slovenia now, and he's looking at it like there are players playing for Slovenia and Georgia who are playing in Slovenia or Georgia or some other place. Can we not have a look at them? Or maybe it'll be a situation with the Russians where we buy a couple of Georgians and they play like Superman for Georgia and they play like bloody Spider-Man for Millwall. So, I don't know, but brilliant stuff from Georgia. Georgia are playing the way that England fans want England to play. But it's not happening, is it? It's just not happening. Now, talking with TalkSport, the EFL have renewed the deal with TalkSport and the BBC, the radio rights. Obviously, we know the Sky Sports Plus deal, big mega deal. But there is no one, it's literally what TalkSport and BBC, that's all there is, really. I mean, well, who else is there? There's no one. So yeah, this is from EFL.com. EFL renewed TalkSport and BBC radio rights deal to maximise broadcast coverage for EFL clubs and competitions. The EFL has renewed its national radio rights deal with TalkSport for a further 4 years, with the industry-leading high-profile coverage set to continue across the broadcast platform for all EFL clubs from the 24-25 season onwards. Supporters of VFL clubs will be able to listen to exclusive live commentary of their team on TalkSport, with more games than ever before across the Sky Bet EFL and playoffs. As part of the agreement, they will also be making a strong commitment to support EFL and the community throughout the period. TalkSport will have access to some Bristol Street Motors games, which we're not involved in. There's also continuation of the current position in respect of the Carabao Cup, so that deal's already done, as both TalkSport and the BBC will share non-exclusive rights to the competition. In addition, the league has agreed that BBC will continue to have the ability to broadcast score flash updates across all three Sky Bet EFL divisions, the Carabao Cup and the Bristol Street Motors Trophy, which supports their coverage of the League One on other platforms. And then they got quotes from EFL, TalkSport, and BBC 5 Live. So here's what they get. The terms of the agreements include exclusive live commentary rights, including Sky Bet Championship, a minimum commitment of 130 live matches with a maximum of 150 live matches. And then Sky Bet League 1, Sky Bet League 2. Sky Bet EFL playoffs, all matches across 3 divisions. Bristol Street Motors, 10 matches per season. Non-exclusive live commentary matches, including Carabao Cup, up to 30 matches per season. Non-exclusive rights to score flash updates across all Sky Bet EFL divisions. So what did BBC get then? So it seems that TalkSport is the main partner in this deal. If it's a partner deal, they're getting more because they're getting exclusive rights. So TalkSport get exclusive rights, which is annoying because they make you log into the app now. You need an account to log into their app to listen. You can only listen to TalkSport 2 on the app, I believe. It's not even on the television. Like, you can get radio on the television. I know it's weird. It's weird, isn't it? But wireless. Shall we call it wireless? You can get it on your television. But I don't think TalkSport 2 is on the television yet. I think they're trying to make people buy radios, and then people didn't buy those. What do they call them? DAB. People didn't buy them. So now they're trying to do it through the app. So sign up to our app so we get your data and we can share it. It's all a bit weird, but there you go. If you can't get Sky Sports Plus, this is what you have to do. Listen to TalkSport or listen to Millwall. It's on Millwall TV audio. You can listen on there, and there you go. So the agreement for both TalkSport and BBC is until the end of the 27-28 season, with an option for a further season at the discretion of the EFL. So there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.